Let's go. I really got the feeling today that everything is going my way. Now this is what I'm talking about. Every time I see your smile, it makes me shout. Let's go! Let's go! Nothing's gonna stop us today. Get on the bus or get out the way. We're cruising with the radio on. So turn it up to 10. Here comes our favorite song. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Yes, let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn, good whatever, wherever you find yourself. Welcome to another episode of IoT Tuesday. As we do it every end of month, I do an AMA session. If you don't know what that AMA session is, it's basically Ask Me Anything. And today, it's going to be a mixture of you asking, trying to answer your questions about IoT and its applications. And I have a couple of things I want to talk about in the world of IoT, share some stuff I found or things I just want to talk about. And then in the process, I would probably unbox some new kits, we'll try some new sensors and stuff that I've got. And that's the plan for today. So if this is your first time, welcome again to the IoT Tuesday show. I'm yours truly, Samuel Adranyi, transmitting live from Accra, Ghana. When we come back from our montage, we're going to get into the serious stuff. Stick and stay with me. Welcome back. This is the IoT Tuesday. A big shout out to Neval joining us from LinkedIn. Yes. I have a couple of things also to do on Quibutro, the IoT cloud platform. I have a couple of sessions coming up, I think next week for that. So be watching out for that. And if you're asking what Quibutro is, it is a cloud platform, an IoT cloud platform that allows you to connect your devices to the cloud. I have a bunch of series lined up for that, how to, get started with it, connect with it, use your sensors. So that's coming up. So stick and stay. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to get notified when I do that. So today on the show, as you know, before I get into it, I always want to share stuff happening in the world of IoT. Let's welcome everyone. So I'm going to share something in the world of IoT first before we get started. So starting next month, all right, let's go to my board. Starting next month, right, July IoT, or we usually refer to as July IoT, is happening. Now, what is July IoT? It's a whole, month-long learning sessions, for yes. I'm excited about it, Naval. I'm so excited about that as well. People are going to love it. I'm going to take it from the beginning all the way to advanced level on that cloud platform as well. So July IoT is basically a month-long journey into IoT, especially for people beginning or starting with IoT. So starting from beginners trying to do AI on the edge, and you can even get certified for that. So starting 1st July, and if you don't know, this Friday is 1st of July. Is it Friday or Saturday? Hold on. Maybe I might just be getting ahead of myself. But first is this Friday. Yep. 1st of July is this Friday. So starting this coming Friday, make sure you go to this URL. Let me actually share that with you in chat. Sorry. So go there, go through the videos, the live streams, meetup event. There's a cloud skills. There are swags and all that. All the interesting and fun stuff that you can think of is going to happen on July IoT. And if you are a community, right, a meetup community, and you do stuff on IoT, right, and you want to be listed as part of the July OT please also go to this site, right? And then, contact them, and then they'll probably put it on it. If you're finding challenges on how to do that, you just reach out to me. I can reach out to the brains behind it, and we can get your local event listed. For a while now, I have been contemplating, do I start my own local IoT meetup? There is an IoT meetup, so maybe it might just be good partnering with them, or so pretty much, hey, all those doing IoT stuff, prototyping stuff, you want us to link up and do something, just hit me up, and we can have that happen. So drum roll, boom. That's sorry. So that's the technically that's all I have for in terms of news, right? But I'm sure you can see behind me here the couple of things I'd want to share. So let's go to the bunch. Now, so the last IoT session that we did, I actually came up and shared with you this Key Studio mini home, right? Quite interesting. So we practically, I started unboxing it, setting it up, and it was actually interesting. So it has a bunch of sensors all around that allows you to control it. It's a model smart home, a replica smart home. So if I turn it on this side, just to show you a few things here, we'll go to the other side. So if you look here, there's a PIR motion sensor. You have your display here. There are two buttons here that actually are used to program the passcode. So you can use it looked like Morse code when I saw it. So you can use this to enter the password to open the door. There's an LED here, and then if you look on the side as well, if you look on the side here, there is a relay, right, that you can actually connect something to. Here we don't have any payload to it. I could connect a payload to it, and this relay will control something else. On top here, there's a capacitive touch sensor. There is this light sensor here, so that's able to determine day or night. And then there is this motor here that turns things up. Now, sorry, it also has the soil moisture sensor. And then on the side here, it has one of the gas sensors, and then it's battery powered. So to really see how this works, I'm just going to power it. So I'm going to use this one, the battery pack, plug it in here. And you can probably already see. Okay, so it's detecting some intrusion. So it's making that beep noise. I hope I remember the passcode. If I don't remember the passcode, I'll just, come on, it's just beeping them anyway. Let's see this again. So pretty much, I won't go a lot more into it, but okay. Now it seems to have been quiet. So that's working now. It has an accompanying app that it works with. I have that downloaded and installed on my phone. Maybe I should try to do a picture here. Hold on just a sec. And it allows me to control the various parts of the app. So I'm trying to, so it's called IoT keys. And let's see if I can get the fun running. So what it does is it has I'll open this up for you to see. It has a Bluetooth transceiver in there. So actually, let's do this. Let me be sure that my phone is connected to it. Actually, let's make sure that I am on the same network. So connecting. It's found it. Yep. So it's connected. Let me bring. Hold on, guys. Let me bring up my. Okay. For now, let me put myself on the same network as, and then let's open Reflector. So I want to show you the screen as well, so we learn together. I don't want people to think, oh, this is magic. He's already done the thing and he's just showing it to us. No, I'm not I'm controlling it with my phone. Hey, Afiz, welcome all the way from Nigeria. Thank you for joining the show. Today's is just AMA, Ask Me Anything. If you have any questions specifically on IoT, I would be very, very, very honored to answer that question for you. If you have anything on IoT, I would gladly answer that. So I'm going to go into split screen right now. So this is me on the top. On the top left is my phone. On the top right is the rig. So I'm going to turn the fan on, and you can see if you look here, right here, the fan is moving. Let me see if I can tilt it in a way that you can see. You can probably hear, and I can control how far it goes and turn it off. Right, and that stops. I turn it back on, and then that's running. And that's because I'm using the app to control it. And the same thing, the light. So if you look closely, let me bring this back here. Here, if you look closely, there's a yellow light there. I just turn it off, turn it back on. The window. Okay, so you can see I need to have I think I need to have another shot. I need to have a shot, kind of like a short camera to show here, but watch this. All right, so that's opening the door, and that opens it. And here also, this one also locks the door. So the soil sensor, there are a bunch of things here. All right, so this here is just a model. It's just a model smart home system. Okay, smart homes is just a model, so you can pretty much play around with all these things and have some fun. So let me turn this off and let's go back to the bench. Right, so in the areas, I think now I can disconnect my phone and we can move on to other stuff. So let me just quickly put this out. Stop mirroring. Okay, cool. So we're done with the phone. So that is simply to put the model home automation system. Now, before we continue, I'm going to talk about something peculiar for those that have done some level of home automation in your house. All right, is this so? If you have a PR motion sensor, all right, what that does is it detects motion and movement, and then you can trigger turning the light on or off, right? So in my house, I have a bunch of them. I have one even actually here right in the office. So, sorry. The problem is that PR motion sensors do very well detecting whether there's someone in there the very first time. And pretty much that's it. It takes a while for them to even figure out if you are still in, the room or the space. They don't do so much, figuring out whether you are in it. So most times when like the situation that's happening in my house right now, especially in the kitchen, when you go in, it triggers, it comes on, and then it after a while, even though you're in the kitchen, it goes off because it doesn't detect. It can still detect if you're still there, right? So I did some googling and some research, and then I came across one of the favorite YouTubers on home automation. I'm trying to remember his name. Mention this Akara presence sensor. Now, the crazy thing is that it's not available internationally. Like, it's only available in China, right? So I went all the way to AliExpress and grabbed this. So what this will allow me to do now is, if I'm going to put this in the kitchen, actually, this is where this one is going to go. So this is able to detect the presence, even if you are idle, which the PR motion sensor will not detect, but this will detect the presence, human presence in the space. So yeah, so what I would be doing, all right, is I'm now going to use the PR sensor to detect when you come into the kitchen and turn the light on. And then before the light goes off, I'll check the state of this to see, hey, is someone in the kitchen or in the room? If you sense or feel someone is in the room, let's keep the light on, right? So that's what I'm going to do with it. And because it's only available in China, everything in the packaging that came was in Chinese. So I had to use actually Microsoft Translator to try to translate stuff on the manual. But I'm still figuring this out. The downside to this is, as you can see, it needs to be powered, right? That's a downside to it. It's not like battery power like all the other sensors I have. So it means, and the restriction is you are restricted to the length of the cable, right? But I will be, figuring how to do this, and I'll share this with you once I am done. So awesome. Now, what next? So hey, keep your questions coming. Today is basically Ask Me Anything IoT. So if you have any questions specific to IoT, this is your chance to ask me the question, and I would answer them. All right. So feel free, drop the questions. No question is dumb or silly. Drop it in the chat. Drop it wherever you're watching from, Facebook. So ask the question, and I would answer it. All right. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, let's go back to the bench again. The next thing I want to talk about really quick is professional IoT. Yes, Hafiz. So if you have any questions, just drop it. Now, most of you might know, or might think, or have popular works done with Arduino, right? And yes, Arduino is an entry level into IoT, which is true. I mean, a lot of us started, this whole microcontroller IoT thing with Arduino. I started with an Uno, moved on to a Mega and a couple of things, and then Raspberry Pi and stuff. Now, cool thing is that Arduino also has a pro line or professional line. And I've seen companies like Bosch use it to do some smart systems and all that. Now, this, I know there's these are a few stuff from the Arduino Pro line. So Pro in the sense that it allows you to use Arduino in, commercial, product, right? So this is one of it. Is the Potenta H7. I know there's an H8, but pretty much it's all in the Pro line. Some of these new devices allow you to run AI on the edge. Like, Tiny ML can run here. And this one, as you're seeing, for instance, the Vision Shield is actually a camera, right? Is a camera. Now, one thing, there's something down there you should, if you can see properly, it says what? LoRa connectivity. LoRa connectivity. Now, that means that this camera and this, I can run them on LoRa, right? I can use this camera on LoRa. Now, what is LoRa? LoRa simply means, long range, right? Long range. Now, if you've been doing IoT for a while now, one of the challenges with IoT is connectivity on the field, all right? So I'll give you an example. You're trying to build an IoT system where you want devices to communicate, but your connectivity, you want to send data up to the cloud and stuff like that. Now, with Wi-Fi, you are limited to a certain range, right? Unless you go put some, outdoor boosting stuff like that. And that could be very expensive, right? Your other alternative is probably to have your sensors connected to some kind of a gateway, and you maybe do LTE or, GSM or stuff like that. That can be also quite expensive. But even that is limited to range and then cell connectivity or cell coverage, right? With what LoRa does is that LoRa allows you to set up a mesh network that can run kilometers. I think someone has been done 13 kilometers just with LoRa, right? So what it does is you're able to set up a LoRa mesh, and then devices that communicate to LoRa will be able to send data on this local LoRa mesh for long distances, right? And then you can have an edge, a gateway that connects to the internet. So LoRa basically is just a protocol. Right. Hey, Mr. Kisi, thanks for joining. Kisi, senior engineer. He's been running away from coming onto the show. So people, let's get Kisi on. He's good. He's good with programming, PLCs and all that. So I'm trying to get him to come and do stuff for industrial IoT. For a long time, we've been doing kind of like consumer home hobbies IoT. But I'll be bringing him to come and talk about industrial IoT. So back to LoRa. So LoRa allows you your devices that speak LoRa will be able to communicate for long range. So in areas where there is no network, right, you can use LoRa to create a mesh, and then all the devices can communicate via LoRa, and then you just have one gateway. I think I have a LoRa gateway somewhere. So let me give you another example, all right? So ECG, or your utility companies. Now we're making the shift into smart meters, smart all these things, right? Exactly. Fleet management. Thank you very much. Afi is also in fleet management. All right. Yes. Yeah, you can. You can. And I'll use that your example to actually talk about it. So for utility companies, so they are smart meters. Okay. Think about this. For now, most of the meters have got some level of connectivity. All right. I'm not sure I'm not sure the ones I have whether they speak LoRa, or I think the ones I have speak LoRa. But think about it this way. Now, if you're going to go into smart meters, smart systems, right? You won't. The only way your meter can communicate to your cloud or to your system will probably be to be able to attach internet to it directly, right? And the easiest way this is done is through a GSM or an LTE SIM. So you have your device and you connect it, you put a SIM card in it, and then the data will then be connected, sent to your cloud. All right. So like Azure or Kubitro, these two clouds, or any other third party cloud, or Arduino, any of the clouds, right? Now, if you're using a LoRa device, okay, like this camera, for instance, but let's stay with the meters. Now, the LoRa meter, what you need to do is to put a LoRa gateway in the community. So let's say, for example, in my area right now, they can put a LoRa gateway, right? A LoRa gateway on one of the electric poles or one of the areas. And then within the range of, let's assume that even in our case, we're just doing 5 kilometers, all right? Now, within that 5 kilometer radius, any meter that speaks LoRa will be able to leverage sending its data to the gateway. Now, for those who have done networking, a mesh network is a network where every participant of the network can be used as a gateway or relay to get to the destination where the message is supposed to get to. So the more LoRa devices you have, the thicker the mesh, and you can have a lot of connectivity around. So if you have 100 people within 5-10 kilometers, if your LoRa network is in that range, then you don't need to individually put SIM cards in all the 500 meters, right? All these data will be sent via LoRa to the gateway. So the only internet connectivity you need to give is to your gateway, and your gateway can now move that data into the cloud. And even that, there are a lot of ways you can do it. You can be very smart about it. If you want to do some processing, you can have processing happening at the edge even before it goes into the cloud, right? So that's one of the importance of LoRa. So next time you want to build IoT like systems, right? And you want them to have communication over a long range, think about LoRa. So look out for devices that speak LoRa. So in still talking about LoRa, let's go back to the bench. In still talking about LoRa, I have a LoRa development kit here from Seed Studio. So this allows me to use this kind of like a LoRa gateway, and then have devices that speak LoRa to send data to this and process and do stuff like that. So for instance, I can leverage this Arduino that speaks LoRa, the Vision Shield, and then have whatever images or videos is be sent to this gateway. I have another gateway. I'll do a complete episode. Actually, I'll do a complete series right on LoRa. Okay. Now, so Hafiz, to your situation in fleet management, is there any that can be used to detect irregular activity such as fuel tapping? Yes, there is, Hafiz. There are actually systems that allow you to do that. I used to have one, but let me explain how that will go. So first of all, you need a way, right? First of all, to determine the volume in the fuel in the fleet. Okay, so if it's a vehicle, right? So your vehicle has let's say the capacity of your vehicle. All right, so you know that. Now there are sensors or there are devices that you can put in the vehicle that always report the level of the fuel. Okay, and over a period of time, it's able to tell you that okay, if you're driving for 7 kilometers per hour, this is how much fuel you're pretty much burning. Okay, so if that fuel burn, the rate of burn, right, is faster than regular, that can detect it. But even aside that, there are things you can put in your vehicle, like tracking devices, that some of them connect to the onboard OBD port and are able to tell you the levels of the fuel. So if the fuel, pretty much goes down drastically, you probably will know. So assuming someone tells you that I'm going to the fuel station, or I just purchased fuel, and you know that for each liter of fuel cost X amount, and that the liters or the capacity of your vehicle. So if they buy 10 liters, if your vehicle is a 10 liter assumption, 10 liter vehicle, you know that 10 liters will fill it up, right? So if the person does that, and in 30 minutes the system detects that, wait, we just filled up, and right now the level of the fuel has dropped, it will know that somebody is tapping or siphoning the fuel. So yes, Hafiz, there is a sensor that allows you to do that. Yep. Yeah. So done with LoRa, done with the home stuff. So the next thing I want to talk about here is this Raspberry Pi Groove Shield. Okay, I have this one, and then I have this one. Now, what is the Groove Shield? Now, most times when you're prototyping, okay, if you don't have a breadboard or jumper wires, it becomes very, hectic and tiring to connect, jumper cables and stuff to it. And if you want to do a lot of prototyping, you might probably have come across what we call the groove sensors, right? So groove sensors have these JTAG connections, and a groove shield allows you to connect these sensors easily into these JTAGs receivers or plugs. All right. So it makes prototyping easier for you to test. No soldering. You can use it to prototype before you actually design your circuit boards and take it to production as you want. So I have got one here. So an example, if I want to show you this, let's come here. Let me show you this real quick. So you see that I have a Raspberry Pi here. Okay. Hopefully my camera will adjust. There you go. Now there's a 40-pin header here. All right, on my Pi. So instead of trying to connect jumper cables directly onto this, I could leverage this. All right, and then I will just connect. I should take this out of the case. I'd have to take this out of the case, right? Okay, no, I can actually mount it here. There you go. Yeah. So check this out. So here you see this. So I'll just connect it, put it on top of it this way, and then now. Let me be sure I've done the right thing before I bend some of these pins. Yeah, there you go. It's a 40 pin. Okay, sorry about that. So now that this is here, right, I can pick any of the sensors. I have 3 of them here. There's also a similar one that I have for Groove Pi, so we'll just put this somewhere here for now. Now, I can now leverage any of these groove sensors. This one here is a line, it's a line finder. So here you can see that it has, let me bring it here to you. Yeah, so it's a line finder. So this is what they use to build the robots that are able to follow a line or follow a path, right? So with the groove version, all I have to do now is to use one of these JTAG cables, all right, here, connect it this way, and then I can easily just connect it here, right? There you go. So this one has 15 groove ports, all right? So it's not just this. I could go ahead and connect. Welcome, Afis. This is a vibration sensor. I don't know if you can hear it. Yeah, it's a vibration sensor. And this one is a MOSFET, almost like a relay. So this allows me to trigger high voltage devices using, let's say, 3.3 or 5 volts, right? Yeah, so, and then if I come here, I have a bunch of, we have a bunch of them here. So I have a bunch of different groove sensors, right? So, yeah. So that is with the new acquisitions here. And if you follow my channel, realize I have a lot of Groove Shield for almost all my development boards. So yeah, if you see something that is of interest, so here are a bunch of groove sensors, for the gate display and all that. All right. So if you have an idea, concerning or pertaining, how do I say, using any of these sensors into a project or a concept, don't hesitate. just reach out to me on any of my social media handles, and then I would, be glad and happy to assist. All right. Now, the next things I want to talk about, I want to share before we go to try to do some unboxing is I have a bunch of crazy things here, right? See, I like to buy a lot of stuff. Yeah, I know. So, this two, right? And if you want to see me, demonstrate them, just comment it below. So these two here are what we call turbidity sensors. All right, we call them turbidity sensors. Now, what these stability sensors do is they allow you to determine or check the clarity or how clean a water body is, or a fluid or liquid is. So you put it inside the substance you're tracking. So if it's clear, you get a value. If it is dark, you get a different value. So what's happening is that it's kind of like light rays are being passed through the liquid, and then depending on how fast they converge, then it tells it whether the water body is clean or dirty, right? So for instance, if you are building a system that is used to check the quality of water, okay, you could use a turbidity sensor to do that as well. And then in addition to that, most people use this thing here, which is just a pH sensor. All right. So this, with a turbidity sensor, you can build an application that from time to time you can take samples from river bodies. So for instance, if we were to build a system to check how clear our river bodies are based on the pollution that is going on, it will be a combination of a turbidity sensor and then to check the pH of materials in it, right? Now this, hold on, I think I've forgotten the name. TDS. It is a TDS meter, right? I've forgotten what the TDS. I will look it up for you. But what it does is it allows you to determine the mineral content of a fluid. So apparently, the higher the mineral content in water, right? I think the less the conductivity. The less it conducts. So the higher it conducts, the lesser the minerals in the water. So this TDS sensor, the turbidity sensor, and the pH sensor together allow you to create what we might want to call a water, an environmental water monitoring system. All right. So that is also here. So if you have any project or thoughts or ideas for us to use it, let me know, and then we can build it. And finally, before we go to unboxing crazy things that I have, this here are pretty much just touch sensors. All right, you call them touch sensors or capacitive sensors. All right, so I could use this as a trigger, and pretty much 3 pins. It has if you look at it, it has the ground. Let's see if this can focus. There you go. It has the ground, the volt, and the signal, right? So does the NCA allow unlicensed LoRa? Yes. Thank you, Colorful State. So actually, I'm trying to so colorful stats. Thank you for joining the feed. So actually, the frequency that LoRa operates is unlicensed. All right, it's unlicensed frequency, so you don't have like a big deal with it. In some parts, I think Europe and America, they have certain regulations, but it's not a spectrum you have to pay for. So for instance, if any of you is on helium, right? If you don't know what helium is also it's like IoT or crypto, so to put it. So people have helium hotspots that allow for LoRa devices to connect. So if you have a LoRa device that connects through your helium hotspot, you are giving some tokens or cryptocurrency or crypto coins. So yes, so LoRa, it's an unlicensed frequency. You don't have to worry about it. There's no regulations on using that. So even right now, I think there are. Let's check. Let's go to. I think there are about 3 or 4 sites in Ghana. A few places that have LoRa, that have the network, that have like LoRa deployed. I think the last time I checked, we had it. So let's go to the screen. So in the LoRa network, the last time I checked, I think the northern region and Kumasi, somewhere in the Ashanti region. Hold on, let's see. LoRa network map. LoRa. Yeah, the last time I checked. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see the coverage. And so there's an alliance where, so actually I think in Netherlands, right? In Netherlands, they have deployed a lot of LoRa gateways. So in Netherlands, you don't need conventional LTE or 4G, 5G network for data communication for setting devices. So the city has done that. So a lot of their smart devices are all speaking LoRa. So they're able to, get that done. Sorry. Let me see if I can get them up. Why? Let's see. The last time I checked, okay, there we go. No, let's use I think let's use helium, right? The last time I checked, I used helium. So colorful stats. I hope that answers your question. I will be doing some LoRa deployment up north in a few, not too long, for some project you're working on. And then we'll be leveraging on some satellite communication to do that. So let's check this. I think Nigeria also has a few LoRa sites. So let's go here. So all the green sites you're seeing has LoRa. So as you can see, right from the outlines, I see Tamale. I see, so Abuja, there are a few there, some here. So Hafiz, people have LoRa gateways set up. So let's drill down into Ghana. So yeah, this is what I was telling you. So in Tamale, as you can see, oh, well, another one has come up. So Tamale has 3 LoRa gateways deployed. And I think in the Ashanti region, don't worry, very soon, once I deploy my gateway, it will show in Accra. I'm not sure there's one in Accra. I know there's in Kumasi. Okay, there are a few in Accra. Yeah, actually. Oh, it looks like the last time I checked, the numbers have gone up. So there's one here around in Patase. So if I click on it, there you can see. So you see the coverage, right? This is just one gateway. So like I was saying, they cover a wide. This is huge. This is a wide area, right? So this is actually in Tuasa Ashanti region. And if you go down, there's another one here. Now there are indoor gateways and there are outdoor gateways. All right. So let's go back here. So here, this is and there's another one here in Ashanti region. If you click on it, so there you go. This one is in Kumasi. Ehifa, where's that? Kumasi. Okay. I spoke Akan there. Totally forgetting myself. Okay, so let's go all the way to Greater Accra. Or let's come to the southern sector. So actually, yeah. Hold on. My LoRa gateway is not up. So who is this person? Okay, so there's one here. Let's see where this is. So there's one here in Accra, which is just on the Kwame Nkrumah motorway, which is across the motorway. Wow, that's interesting. And there's another one here in Spintex. Okay, also around Spintex. So you can see it's just one gateway. All right, and this helium is more or less like, hey, if you connect it and people jump off this network, you get some reward. All right. And then there's another one here somewhere in Ashoman, Kwabinya. Where is that? Let's see. Yeah, in Kwabinya. All right. So yeah, so colorful stats. As you can see, we have LoRa deployments in the country. It's just that it's not as many as you would think. But the more gateways you have, it creates a mesh and people can jump off it. Now let's go into, let me show you something. Let's go to places where they have a lot of concentration of it. So if you look up here, if you look, so if you look in the America, a little about, look at that. You can see, so this here, this is amazing. Like, look at this whole site where there's, a lot of LoRa gateways, right? It creates a whole mesh. So now people can actually go off of it. Devices can communicate off of it, Yeah, so Amsterdam, like I said. So look at this. Look at that. So this alone, look at, you see how it's this meshes. So you can have a lot of devices easily communicate. In this situation, any LoRa hotspot that your device communicates over is giving some tokens. So you can see here they are giving them tokens here. So pretty much, if we click on any one of it, you can probably now look at this. You see it. So these are all the tokens it's received because people are jumping off of are using it as a data point. So yeah. So colorful stats. There you go. You don't need to seek for permission to do that. So yeah. So that is LoRa for you. We still got 20 minutes to go. Okay, so with that said, if you any questions, if you have any questions for me, I'll take it. Else, I'll try to open some things that I had. I had some things in the boxes. I'm not sure what they are. So we can just go off and let's see. Yeah, you can purchase a LoRa gateway. So I think the reason why you don't see a lot of people maybe getting tokens here is not a lot of devices are jumping over those things. So if you have a LoRa gateway here, it's pretty much because you want to deploy something. Another example will be waste management. All right. So if you have smart bins in your area or smart meters, right, you can deploy a LoRa gateway, and then all these bins will be talking to the gateway. And then so imagine, so this is where public private partnerships work. So assuming I come up with a smart bin system, okay, and I tell the waste management company, you know what, don't worry about the infrastructure. I will put a LoRa gateway in the area where I want you to serve, and I'll have all the smart bins talk to my LoRa gateway and send you the data, right? At the end of the day, I'll probably get some coins over sending you the data, and then everybody's happy. So this is how, so an example of Helium, this Helium hotspot is how you can make money from having a LoRa gateway. But apart from that, it allows you to pretty much connect things. So if you're on a farm, you have a big plantation, if you have a huge greenhouse, and you want to send soil, moisture, humidity, all these information to a central location where you process it, you can use a LoRa set of devices. And talk about LoRa, I actually forgot about this. Forgive me. Oh, let me share this. So I actually got a kit for this. So let's go to Seed Studio, one of the places where I buy a lot of my sensors. Now, they have started a challenge called IoT into the Wild. Let's go here. So this is it. IoT into the Wild contest for 2022, right? Sustainable Planet 2022. So all that this contest is about is how would you create any solution, all right? It could be it could be agriculture, it could be conservation, it could be any of these solutions that would help promote a sustainable planet, right? If you have an idea, go sign up, right? And some of the prices, as you can see here, let's show you that. So these are some of the prices. If your project is probably picked, you get about $10,000 plus to scale up the project. You can get 500 USD coupon for Seed Studio, where you can go and buy stuff. So just if you're not also on Hackstar, join Hackstar. There are a lot of challenges. If you're into IoT, DIY, building things yourself, join Hackstar. There are a lot of competitions and stuff there. So you can go there. What just happened? Yeah, so you can go there, and congrats on winning that. Yes, Never. Thank you very much. Yes, I want a kit because I want to do a project in the areas of conservation. So yeah, and then Seed also has launched its Sense Cap line of product, right? And these are robust sensors. So you might realize that most times on my show, I use a lot of small sensors. However, for outdoor situations, you need robust sensors. So C Studio has come up with the Sense Cap or the Sense line of devices that are IP6 plus, and they can be outside in the harsh conditions and still function. So those of you who want to build stuff for conservation, you want to build stuff for farm, agri-tech, all that, you might want to leverage on these these sensors. All right. So yeah, very, very interesting out there. Now, let's go ahead. Since we are I'm waiting for questions as well and talking about stuff. I think this is also a good opportunity for me to give you a high level overview of what Quibitro is. So practically, like I mentioned, I have a whole series coming up for Quibitro. Now it is, a cloud platform that allows you to, collect your device data, from different networks, and also, do your automations, integrations and stuff like that. So if you're worried, if you want to build solutions where you're not just limited to local stuff, again, all those doing agri-tech and all these, awesome stuff. Even, if you join the Hackstar challenge, the Wild Challenge, you can actually send your sensor data to the Quibitro cloud. It's easy to get started. I mean, I started, I'm using it. It's quite, easy, straightforward to go to. There's no complications, no complex things that you'd be wondering, how do I go? This is strictly no BS cloud platform for devices, quite straightforward, right? So go ahead, go sign up. If you have any questions, right? The series is coming, but if you have any questions, if you sign up, you have any questions, you want any directions, I'm one of the ambassadors here in Ghana. So just reach out to me. I'll help you out. I'll show you how to go about it. If I don't know how to do it, if I'm stuck, I can reach out to Neville and the other teams. And we have an awesome community, on Discord, where we, I can drop the challenge there, and the whole community will jump on it and making it, interesting. So this is just introducing you to a couple of things that you need to be aware of. All right. So go check it out. Go have some fun. Go mess things up. Okay. So for some time now, I have been planning boot camps and stuff like that to train people and to give kids and stuff out. Yes. IoT is one of the core things that I'm so passionate about. So Tech on Wheels includes IoT. And I want to start giving out some IoT kits to certain people that, I feel need to get started with it and would need a support. All right. So what I want to do is I have a few kits I'll give out. But what I want you to do is, first of all, you need to subscribe to the channel and send me a proposal. Yes. Thank you, Neva. Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm happy to be part of the committee as well. And send me, tell me why you deserve the kit, right? And to get straight into the kit and show you what I mean, let's go back to the bench so I can share this. So if you're also a business in tech and you want to, you have some things you want to give out, yeah, why not? You can also reach out to me. Well, let's see. Actually, I'm not sure what are in the boxes. Okay, so bear with me. I don't know what's in the box. I don't know what's in the box. It could be anything. I don't know. Are you ready for this? Careful when you're dealing with knives. Be very careful. Today, last Tuesday of the month. So, AMA, ask your questions. I think I've answered the question about fleet management, Laura. And yes, Hafiz, if you're still watching, I think before I go, Hafiz, you're still watching. So this here, I won't give them. I didn't want to give them free advert. So so this here is an OBD device, all right. And I think Seed Studio also has a competition as well going on, where you tell them what you want to build with a device like this, and it'll give you. So what this can do is that if you connect this to the CAN bus of your vehicle, it's able to communicate over the CAN port or the CAN, network, and read all the sensors and information your car is providing. And you can actually reverse engineer or hack your vehicle. So things like, setting critical, information about your car, from fuel level, from, acceleration, a whole lot of crazy things. So there are a lot of scenarios you can use this to do. So imagine your fleet, right? You want to be able to schedule your fleet for regular maintenance. Okay. You can have this fitted in all your fleet, and then it's going to be reading all the sensors in the vehicle. Depending on the state of your of the vehicle, this can actually schedule a service request to your dealer, right? So yep. So this yeah. So yeah. So Hafiz, that's just an update for you. Okay. Let's see what we have here. So the first thing I'm going to unbox like I said, there are a couple of things in here. I'm not even sure, you know, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's, but I think I know what's in this one. So this, yeah, is the Elgu Uno project kit. So let's see. It says what? If sealed in the back bubble, in the bag. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine with this. So yeah. Yeah, and if you have any questions, sorry, my table is shaking. My camera is mounted on it, so ooh, someone is gonna get this kit. Someone is going to get this kit. So tell me why you need it, why you want it. If I'm touched, I'll give this out. Anyway, so this one here. Let's see what we have in this one. I'm sure it's just an accompaniment here. So. Oh, okay. I think yeah. I think I remember now. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we have two here. So what do we have here? So this says, let me turn it so you can read it. So this one is the Super Starter Kit Uno R3 project. And then I think this one is 37 sensor kit V2. So I think this is a starter kit for Uno, and then this is just a bunch of sensors you can use with this one. So let's open it up and see. This is just unboxing, right? So keep your, oh, look at that. Isn't that sweet? That is sweet. So look at it. Let me bring it up. 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 So if you're looking closely, you can see there is a Uno board, LCD, prototyping board. There's a power supply module. There's a motor driver. There's a stepper motor. There's a servo motor. There's a buzzer. There is a DC motor. There's an ultrasonic sensor, temperature, humidity, joystick. IR receiver. This is a cool one, right? There's a 5-volt relay, a passive buzzer, a tilt sensor, which is almost like the vibration sensor. Okay. A bunch of interesting stuff. Yeah, in here. Oh, cool. Okay, so let me know. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let me know why you need this, and let's see who wins. And then in here, I believe, yeah, there you go. I was right. So this is like a keypad for entering, and this is just a bunch of different sensors. All right, cool. So there you go. We open this up, and someone is gonna get this. Let me know. Convince me if you need it, and if I'm touched. If I'm touched by the story, I will make it happen for you. Awesome. So we have 8 minutes to go on today's episode of IoT Tuesday. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was educative and insightful for you. If you like what you saw, you want to see more of it, like I said, subscribe to the channel. Now, I'm going to end today's show by asking this question. So, and I'm talking to you whenever you see this video. So those of you out there who claim you are my friends, you're my fans, and you're my family, and yet you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, what does that make you? I don't know. It doesn't make you a supportive friend. What it costs you nothing. Go to YouTube, click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and subscribe. That's it. And when you do, it's even going to help you. Even if it's not going to help you, if you think you don't like the content I do, it's not relatable to you, your child might be relating to it. Your brother, your sister, your nieces, your nephew, your husband, your wife, even your girlfriend and boyfriends can benefit from my show. So what are you waiting for? Show me you're a good friend. Go to my YouTube channel, subscribe, share it, let people join, and let's have fun together. So it's been an amazing session today. Thanks to all of you who joined from LinkedIn, from YouTube, from Facebook, from Twitter, from Twitch, all the places. Thank you very much for joining. Don't worry, for those who've missed it, it's going to be available on demand on YouTube channel. Go subscribe, watch it. If you have any question, anything IoT, project, ideas, suggestions, hit me up on any of my social media handles right here. The same content, the same handle all across. Hit me up. Let's make this happen. Stay blessed. Be cool. Let's make the world a better place through technology. Stay safe and enjoy the rest of the week. And from my studios here live in Accra, it's good night.